Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Monster Monday. I think I'm going to call it Monster Monday because I'm only releasing it on Mondays. Pathfinder edition. This time we're talking about the vampires, the Vetalarana vampires. Vetalarana vampires feed on the emotions, thoughts, and memories of others. Although they are capable of feeding on animals, beings of the plains, and other intelligent undead, only the thoughts of an intelligent living humanoid bring a Vetalarana any sense of satisfaction. Slender and pale, with sunken cheeks and exceptionally long nails, Vetalaranas become flushed with color and life after feeding on particularly potent emotions and thoughts, enabling some to pass as living for a short time. A Vetalarana is created when a person with psychic or occult abilities dies in denial of their death, refusing to pass on to the afterlife but unable to retain their grip on life. As their spirit has no cause left undone, nor debt to settle, these tenacious souls rise not as ghosts, but as Vetalaranas, a formidable and tenacious mind animating their own corpse in a mockery of life. Mockery! A Vetalarana's predations inevitably turn their victims into living husks, incapable of thought and devoid of any spark of personality. These victims fall into a senseless stupor, comatose but still living, without identity or memories. If a Vetalarana is killed, they can occupy one of those comatose husks, while more powerful Vetalaranas can control them like living puppets. When a Vetalarana is destroyed, all of their comatose victims are immediately freed. Most often, these people regain consciousness as an amnesiacs whose memories return over time, taking at least months, but sometimes as long as decades. These returned memories are fragmented and often jumbled with the thoughts of others the Vetalarana has fed upon. If a victim served as a failed host or was frequently controlled while comatose, a sliver of the Vetalarana's corrupted thoughts remain in the victim's mind. These tainted victims recover much faster than their fellows, regaining their memories in record time and transforming into a new Vetalarana soon after. Sides. Mistaken identity. Consuming thoughts is an overwhelming sensory experience that requires practice and mental discipline to master. Newly risen Vetalaranas that consume memories too rapidly can lose sight of their identity amid the foreign thoughts in their minds. Consequently, they might return to the wrong home, abduct their prey's family, or adopt the quirks and vices of their victims. Uses for cold iron. Candy mortals looking to thwart a Vetalarana make heavy use of cold iron. They line their sanctuaries with the material or surround comatose victims in cold iron sheets, armor, or shields. Others weave shrouds of cold iron thread or mix cold iron dust into plants and oils, though the efficacy of the latter is debatable. Puppeteers. Vetalarana manipulators are obsessed with control. They experiment with the minds of the living, manipulating, enhancing, and erasing their victims' memories to see what changes occur. Through these mental experiments, Vetalaranas learn how to control minds and lives, twisting mortals into loyal servants or unknowing puppets while erasing any record of their own interference. Thought connoisseurs. While all Vetalaranas hunger for the most cherished memories and deepest secrets, Vetalarana manipulators use the memories they consume to learn the skills and talents of their prey. Thus, they select their prey with great care. Each has their preferences, depending upon the skills they wish to cultivate, perhaps martial prowess, musical talent, arcane might, or enlightenment. Well, that sounds cool. Alright. Creating a Vetalarana. While it's best to create a Vetalarana from scratch, you can turn an existing living creature into a Vetalarana using the following steps. Increase the creature's level by 1, and change its statistics as follows. It gains the undead and vampire traits, and usually becomes evil. Usually. Increase the creature's AC, attack modifiers, DCs, saving throws, and skill modifiers by 1. That makes sense because it went up a level. Increase the damage with strikes and other offensive abilities by 1. If an ability can be used only a small number of times, such as Dragon's Breath weapon, increase the damage by 2 instead. Reduce its HP by the amount listed on the table. The Vetalarana gains fast healing, resistance to mental damage, and resistance to physical damage except cold iron, as indicated on the table. These abilities are the reason the Vetalarana These abilities are the reason the Vetalarana has less HP. There's a table for it, but Starting level 3 to 4, 5 to 7, 8 to 14, 15 plus. HP decreases 20, 30, 40, 60. Fast healing resistance 5, 7, 10, 15, respectively. Basic Vetalarana abilities. All Vetalaranas gain the following abilities. If the base creature has any abilities that specifically come from being a living creature, it loses them. It also loses any traits that represent its life as a living creature, such as human and humanoid. You might also need to adjust abilities that conflict with the Vetalarana theme. Thought Sense, Divination, Mental, Occult tags. The Vetalarana senses all non-mindless creatures within 100 feet as a precise sense. Negative healing, like all undead. Immunities, death effects, disease, paralyze, poison, sleep. Vetalarana vulnerabilities. All Vetalarana possess the following weaknesses. Bard senses. A Vetalarana can't see or sense through force effects or cold iron, and their mind can't penetrate force effects or cold iron. Such barriers can prevent the transference of a Vetalarana's mind through mental rebirth. Revulsion. A Vetalarana delights in consuming memories and secrets, and is disgusted by those who share such sensitive tidbits openly. Oh, they would hate me. A Vetalarana can't voluntarily come within 10 feet of a creature loudly voicing their intimate personal secrets or most cherished memories aloud. Speaking such information aloud with conviction is a single action that has the auditory concentrate and linguistics trait, and protects the creature until the start of its next turn. A Vetalarana that involuntarily comes within 10 feet of a creature sharing such information gains the following condition until they're 10 feet or further from the creature. After one round of being exposed to the secrets of a creature, a Vetalarana can attempt a DC 25 will save as a single action, which has the concentrate trait. On a success, they overcome the revulsion for 1d6 rounds, or 1 hour on a critical success. Vulnerable to brain destruction. A Vetalarana whose brain has been destroyed or is reduced to 0 hit points while unable to take mental actions can't use mental rebirth. Mental rebirth. Curse, incapacitation, mental, necromancy, occult tags. Unlike most other undead, a Vetalarana isn't destroyed when they reach 0 hit points. Instead, their body is destroyed, crumbling to ash, and their mind is immediately transferred into a creature. They rendered comatose through drained thoughts. This creature must be in within 1 mile. If no such creature is in range, the Vetalarana is destroyed. The creature becomes controlled by the Vetalarana and loses the stupefied and unconscious conditions. If the creature controlled by a Vetalarana in this way is killed, the Vetalarana's mind transferred to another creature within 1 mile, who then they render comatose through drained thoughts. After 1d6 days of being controlled, the controlled creature dies and its body transforms into that of the Vetalarana who rendered it comatose. Climb speed. A Vetalarana gains a climb speed equal to their land speed. Claws. If the base creature had hands, its fingernails thicken and grow to terrible proportions, granting an unarmed claw strike that deals slashing damage, has the agile trait, and can grab. Use the moderate damage for the creature's level on the strike damage table on page 65 of the Game Mastery Guide. Drain thoughts. 1 action. Divination, mental, occult. Requirements. A grabbed, paralyzed, restrained, unconscious, or willing creature is within the Vetalarana's reach. Effect. The Vetalarana seizes a creature and consumes its memories. This requires an athletics check against the victim's fortitude DC if the victim is grabbed, and is automatic for any other conditions. The victim is stupefied 1, and the Vetalarana regains hit points equal to 10% of the Vetalarana's maximum hit points, gaining any excess as temporary hit points. Draining thoughts from a creature that is already stupefied doesn't restore any hit points to the Vetalarana, but increases the victim's stupefied value by 1. Additionally, the Vetalarana views one of the victim's memories. A victim's stupefied condition value decreases 1 by every week. A victim that becomes stupefied 5 in this way is rendered comatose, becoming permanently unconscious. As long as the Vetalarana lives, a comatose victim can't regain consciousness, and his stupefied condition doesn't decrease. Vetalarana manipulator abilities. Extremely powerful Vetalaranas who've tasted the thoughts of hundreds of people or more become empowered by the memories and experiences they've consumed, overcoming their revulsions. They gain greater control over their comatose victims, can manipulate memories, and even paralyze with a touch. These Vetalaranas are known as manipulators, although those with psychic powers of their own often prefer the term Doyen or Thoughtseer. Vetalarana manipulators gain additional abilities as detailed below. A creature below 10th level isn't powerful enough to become a Vetalarana manipulator. Instead, make such a creature into a regular Vetalarana or rebuild a creature so that it's at least 10th level before making it a Vetalarana manipulator. I like that it specifies that it's good, but no, it has to be a little bit beefier. Resistances: the Vetalarana manipulator resists mental damage and all psychic damage except magical cold iron. Control: comatose, exploration, incapacitation, mental, necromancy, occult, possession. Frequency: once per day. Effect: the Vetalarana manipulator spends 10 minutes to take psychic control of the creature they've rendered comatose with drained thought. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. This has the effects of the possession spell, but it lasts for up to 6 hours, has a range of 1 mile, and the Vetalarana can control a number of comatose victims at a time equal to half the Vetalarana's level. A comatose victim can't resist his possession and automatically gets a critical failure on its saving throw against control comatose. As long as a comatose victim is controlled by a Vetalarana manipulator in this way, the victim's stupefied and unconscious conditions are temporarily suppressed. Drain thoughts. 1 action. Divination, mental, occult tag. As a basic Vetalarana, but the Vetalarana manipulator can choose to alter, enhance, or erase the memory they view as a 4th level modify memory spell. If the Vetalarana gets a critical success on their athletics check to drain thoughts, the target is stupefied 2 instead of stupefied 1. Occult innate spells. A Vetalarana manipulator has tongues as a constant occult innate spell. Paralyzing claws. Incapacitation, occult, necromancy tag. Any living creature hit by a Vetalarana manipulator's claw strike must succeed at a fortitude save or become paralyzed. The target can attempt a new save at the end of each of its turns to end the effect, and the DC cumulatively decreases by 1 on each such save. Use the moderate DC for the creature's level in the spell DC and spell attack bonus table on page 66 of the Game Mastery Guide. Alright. Vetalarana Emergent. A Vetalarana Emergent is inexperienced and ravenous, often caring more for the consumption of thoughts than the quality of the thoughts and the memories consumed. These undead gluttons gorge themselves on memories, leaving a crowd of addled and terrified victims in their wake. Experienced emergents are cannier than their newly risen kin, stalking their chosen victims and being sure to abduct, kill, or render their victims comatose after draining their memories to ensure no witnesses remain to reveal the presence of a Vetalarana. Vetalarana Emergent, Creature 8. Chaotic Evil, Medium, Undead, Vampire. Perception, plus 14. Dark Vision, Thought Sense, Precise, 100 feet. Languages, Common and Necral. Skills, Acrobatics, plus 15. Athletics, plus 18. Intimidation, plus 16. Occultism, plus 13. Stealth, plus 17. Stats, Strength, plus 6. Dex, plus 5. Con, plus 4. Intelligence, plus 3. Wisdom, plus 4. Charisma, plus 4. Items, plus 1 striking crossbows. Striking. AC 26, 42, plus 14, plus 14. Reflex plus 17, willpower plus 16. Hit points 100, fast healing 10, mental rebirth, negative healing. Immunities, death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, sleep. Weaknesses, vulnerabilities, resistances, mental 10, physical 10, except cold iron. Speed 25 feet, climb 25 feet. Melee 1 action claw plus 20, agile. Damage 2d8 plus 9 slashing plus grab. Ranged 1 action, crossbow plus 20, magical, range increment 120 feet, 120 feet, reload 1. Damage 2d8 plus 3, piercing. Anticipatory attack. The Vetalarana Emergent uses consumed memories to anticipate their prey's movements. The Vetalarana Emergent strikes deal an additional 1d8 precision damage to creatures stupefied due to the Vetalarana's Drain Thoughts. Drain Thoughts. When draining thoughts, the Vetalarana Emergent regains 10 hit points. And then Vetalarana Manipulator. A Vetalarana Manipulator is a gifted strategist empowered by the memories, thoughts, and talents the manipulator has drained from countless victims and honed by centuries of survival. Certain of their own superiority, manipulators twist free-willed individuals for their own ends as easily as they control their comatose puppets. Vetalarana Manipulator, Creature 11. Uncommon, Neutral Evil, Medium, Undead, Vampire. Perception, plus 22. Dark Vision, Thought Sense, Precise, 120 feet, or 100 feet, sorry. Languages, Common, Necro, Telepathy, 100 feet. Tongues. Skills, Athletics, plus 22. Deception, plus 24. Diplomacy, plus 24. Intimidation, plus 22. Occultism, plus 23. Society, plus 23. Stats, or I should say modifiers. Strength, plus 4. Dexterity, plus 4. Constitution, plus 4. Intelligence, plus 6. Wisdom, plus 7. Charisma, plus 7. Okay, so these ones are more in the mental stats, whereas the other ones were more in the physical stats. Okay. Hit points, 140. Fast healing, 10. Mental rebirth, negative healing. Immunities, death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, sleep. Weaknesses, normal vulnerabilities. Resistances, mental, 10. Physical, 10. Except cold iron. Psychic superiority. Reaction. Enchantment, mental, occult. Trigger. A creature targets the Vetalarana manipulator with a mental effect or spell. Effect, the manipulator psychically lashes out at the triggering creature, dealing 3d8 mental damage. DC 24 will save. Basic will save. Speed 25 feet, climb 25 feet. Melee 1 action, claw plus 21, agile, finesse, magic. Damage 3d8 plus 10, slashing plus grab, and paralyzing claws. Occult innate spells, DC 30, constant, 5th level, tongues. Occult prepared spells, DC 30, attack plus 22, 6th level, dominate times 2, shadow blast, 5th level, command, mind probe, subconscious, suggestion, synaptic pulse, 4th level, agonizing despair, advanced player's guide, page 214, fly, suggestion, talking corpse, 3rd level, false life, hypercognition, mind reading, paralyze, 2nd level, blur, darkness, telekinetic maneuver times 2. 1st level, bane, command times 2, unseen servant. Comatose, control comatose. It's as it's normal. Drain thoughts. The Vetalarana manipulator regains 14 hit points. Paralyzing claw, DC 27. I thought it was going to explore more about the the skills learned, but it didn't really go into skills learned from people. That's a shame. Like the bug one. Like the sluas, and how they gain skills and whatnot. All right, so that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching.